Hello everyone, welcome back to another fun session with me. This is Sanyukta Saxena. Hope you are enjoying the sessions. Thank you for all your feedback and comments. So let's get started with today's session. I again have a regular square tile in front of me, and as I have been doing, I have this box of chits with me, and I'm just going to pick up two randomly. Yesterday I just picked up something from the top. Now I just picked up from the bottom of the. Okay, so this says Squill and this chit says Tagh. Okay, so so I'm just thinking, how can we beautifully combine these two tangles to create a beautiful piece of work? Yeah, so let's get started and then we shall see how can we dwell on it. So I'm going to be starting with the tangle Squill in the center, and then probably uh, extend it more by adding Tagh on its sides, or what you can do is you can start from the corners and then boil down to the tangle Squill. Yeah, so what I am going to do, I think I'm going to be starting first with my Tagh, right, and then draw my Squill side. So let's get started with today's session. I'm going to draw the tangle Tagh. So Tagh is a tangle. First I'm going to draw these beautiful moon shapes. So it is up to you. You want to draw it small, you want to draw it big. I don't want it too big also, but I'm not using it as a filler tangle. It is one of the primary tangles of my tile, since we are working with only two main tangles. So I am drawing it quite big. So this is the simple scallop crescent moon shape that I have started with, and I've started with the tangle Tagh. Right, now when I draw the next layer, I'm going to place it like this. So the second layer, this center is in between the second layer of moons, right? So you can draw like this at the corners. If you think it is a little confusing, that's fine. You can draw one like this and then continue. Slowly take your time. So till now it is just one stroke, which is the half moon or crescent moon shape. Right, now I'm going to be starting with the third layer. Again doing the same exercise, trying to make sure that this turning is in between my next layer. Keep rotating your tile. Again continuing in the same fashion. Probably going to add one last layer. Like this. Yes, if we want we can add more. Right now I'm going to just stop here and then do the next step, which is adding these tiny droplet kind of shapes in between. That's actually the tangle Tagh. Slowly take your time, Go to each of the sections and add these crossings. Add the small bud kind of a shape. You can do this exercise here also. Yes, let's do it for all. Small tiny intersectices. Add that touch of ink. Take your time. Yes, and the last row. You can add one here, you can add one here. Slowly take your time. Small little spaces in between, just fill it up. Yes, so I'm going to be continuing like this. Please take your own time. Go to each, add that beautiful bud shape at each of the intersections where the lines are turning. Tangle pattern, tag. So I'm done doing that exercise. Have added that small little bud shape to all. I'm going to now add a little weight to the outermost or the innermost, whichever way you want to see it. So I'm adding some weight to this aura. Slowly take your time. Redo the line, or you can use a thicker nib to add some bit of weight. Right, so we are done drawing our tag. Now let us move on to our next angle, which is squill. I'm going to draw some lines. So I'm drawing behind, I'm not cutting lines. So this was a plus, and then I'm going to draw a cross. Like this. And then I'm going to be adding some petal shapes, beautiful petal shapes. Yeah, so let's get, so I'm going to draw it here, or you can draw it here, whichever way you like it. Right, and I'm going to be inking these petal shapes, but before that let us first add one aura. I'm now going to switch nibs. Going to pick up a bolder nib like an 08 and ink these petal shapes. Well, if you don't want to ink it, you can always add stripes, you can add bunzo, whatever you feel like. Slowly take your time, ink it nicely. Enjoy your tile going black from white. Enjoy the drama that it adds to your tile. Yes, let's do the next one. And I'm going to do all of them in the same fashion. Ink all the 4 petal shapes. Like this. Yeah. So I'm still inking the last section. Right. So we are done with the inking. Now these spaces which are left in between, we just add auras. That's how the original Tangle Squill goes. But yes, of course, if you want to play around, you can add betweed, you can add tipple, you can add anything else, bunzos. But I'm going to stick to the original Tangles since we are practicing the original Tangles here. This is a bolder nib. I'm going to switch to my O5. So you just have to add auras from both sides, just the way we do for the Tangle hybrid or hurry, and fill up the place. Yes, let's do that for all the sections. Slowly add auras from both sides. Do not cross lines. Draw it in the manner we do for the Tangle hybrid. Yes, a woven aura. Let's do for the third section. For the fourth section, slowly fill up the spaces in between with these beautiful auras. Take your time. Keep rotating the tile. Don't move your hand much once it has reached its comfort position. You just have to move the tile. Like this. The last section. And we are done drawing the Tangle Squill. Yes. Now let us get to shading, and then we can see if we want to add enhancements. We can always go back and do that. So one of the reasons why I drew my tag in this fashion is that it gives me an excellent shading opportunity. Yes. So I'm going to add some really thick graphite inside here to show a dip. There is no need to add on the blacks. So go around and add this thick layer of graphite inside here. pushing my pencil hard. You can use your layout pencil or the darker graphite pencil. You can also use a watercolor pencil, the gray watercolor pencil, to re-emphasize darkness. We will see if we want to do that. First, I'm just adding here. Yes, let us blend this much first and then we shall see if we want to add some more graphite. Slowly take it away from the edges. Do not spread or blend too much. You want the whites also visible. So slowly take away the graphite from the edges. Move it towards the center without covering the entire center gray. Yes, so this makes the squill the center of attraction. Simple two tangles, but you can play around with the shading to add drastically to the look of your tile. Be patient when you are shading your tile. Give it that time that it deserves. Shading adds a lot to the look of your tile. Yes, make sure you blend it nicely. Right? Now, as far as the tag is concerned, there are a couple of ways in which you can go about shading it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to shade half. This can be a really unusual way to shade your tag, but that's how I feel like doing it today. Yeah, so make sure the other half remains white and you add shadow to about half of your tag. Yes, the whites are important. So there are a couple of ways. You can also add under the lines. It's a whole lot of ways in which you can shade your tag. Whichever way you feel like doing it at this point of time would be good. I'm going to go around and do the same exercise throughout. Just a soft line. For the very smaller ones, maybe what is already there on your stub is sufficient and you need not add anything else. So take your time, go to each, blend the graphite. Like this. Blending the fourth side. Same fashion. Added graphite to half of my tag, trying to keep the other half white. Unless the spaces are too small. And I think we are done. Yes. Now comes adding the Zen. So we have the bold black sections here. You can also add your chalk pencil. I'm not adding it on the black because I'm going to add dots. But you can always add some chalk pencil here. Use your GellyRoll. I'm using an 05. Add fine dots on my squill, probably one side. Not to both sides. We like the deep black, the drama that it adds. So let's add these fine dots on only one side of our squill. Using a very fine 05 GellyRoll white. And then if you want, you can add some more embellishment like black pearls floating around here and there. Always welcome. As many as you wish to. You can add a slight shadow underneath. Wherever you feel like just a little touch is all you require. Not much. One more embellishment you can do if you want to highlight the center line is to add some orbs inside there. Yes, so depends. If you want, I want to keep this line white because it adds, but you can always add orbs to this center line, the plus that we started with. Yes, or you can let it be. You like it getting mixed with the auras that you added, fine. If you want it to stand out and not get lost in the auras, you can always do as I'm doing. It's entirely your choice. Embellishments are a personal thing. Do it if you like it. If you think no, your tile is fine without it, you can skip it. Yes, one last thing is to re-emphasize the outermost aura or the innermost, to re-emphasize that extra darkness, and it also has that graphite over it. So I'm just revisiting the line as we generally do. Yes, that's about it. That's our tile for today. Tangle, Squill and Tagh. Yes, I'm going to close my tile here. So put in your chop somewhere sitting cozily. I'm going to sign it somewhere on my tag probably. Yes, sign and date your tile always. Your creation, be proud of it. I shall see you again with some more fun sessions. Till then, have a good time. Bye bye.